Good morning. Yesterday we talked about how we are just a vapor in the wind, how our lives are so minimal in the grand picture of everything. We're going to kind of continue along that same path this morning as we read into chapter 5. We're going to start in verse 1. Come now, you rich, weep and howl for the miseries that are coming upon you. Your riches have rotted and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver have corroded, and their corrosion will be evidence against you, and will eat your flesh like fire. You have laid up treasure in the last days. Behold, the wages of the laborers who mowed your fields, which you kept back by fraud, are crying out against you. And the cries of the harvesters have reached the ears of the Lord of hosts. You have lived on the earth in luxury and in self-indulgence. You have fattened your hearts in a day of slaughter. James describes a frightening individual who I think if we're not careful, we could try to mimic in our own life. He lived so selfishly and self-indulgently that he didn't even pay the people he hired to mow his field. He held back their money in fraud. And it goes on to say that what good was it, because here you are at the end of your days, and your wealth is spoiled, your garments are moth-eaten, your precious metals are corroding. And James goes as far as to say that the corrosion of that metal is rotting his flesh. Ugh, it's a scary picture, but it's also very descriptive of how destructive it is if we selfishly hoard and store up money just for our selfish benefit. It's good to save, it's good to plan for retirement, but it's not good to selfishly hoard and to have zero generosity towards people. He could have very easily paid those workers of the field. Wouldn't have been a problem. I imagine he could have found other places to give and to support, and it would have been far better to put that metal, the precious metal, to use instead of letting it corrode at the end of his life. So I encourage you guys today, are you being generous with what God has blessed you with? Are you helping people who need it? In times like this, you want to save, you want to be prepared, but that would be us putting our trust in what we have and what we have power over. Remember, we don't have power over our own life. We have to trust in God. Trust God will supply. Trust God will provide. So I encourage you guys to self-examine that today. Where can you give? Where can you plug in? Hope you'll have a great day.